All right.
Lathans
Spectate.
is bringing out 5th Panzer. Kama bringing out 39th. And we are on the gorgeous map of Vertigo. And yeah, it's a best of 5. So, quite a couple of games to be played here. This is going to be quite intense. Yes, we have 1 minute 30 to go. So, hey, well, let's go, everyone. Grab your beer. Grab your coffee. Grab your iced tea, whatever.
Grab your Thanksgiving leftovers. I know you've got them.
Well, let's get
Happy
this party
Thanksgiving,
started.
all my Americans. Let's go.
And also, grab your Twitch Primes and leave them.
Yeah, too. We gotta get that NVA costume.
And
Uniform.
let's freaking go, everyone. Nice. Let's freaking go, everyone. Yeah. Obviously. Yes, Thanksgiving is just like the second kind of Christmas, isn't it, guys? That's like...
Yeah, it's really it's my favorite American holiday though, to be honest. It's like there's no gift, there's no I don't know, none of that like dumb like materialism stuff. It's kind of just all about like hanging out with your family and you know, good food and stuff. And yeah,
Well, it's
it's a
still
great
about having
holiday.
the biggest turkey, so it's kind of
It
still
is. It's a
materialist, but...
nice. Yeah, it's kind of a turkey contest, but
like, the amount of stupid videos I've seen in the last couple of days about how people try to get super huge turkeys into boiled and stuff. And it's it's quite something. Yes, Kama and Lathans are on it.
got
And
Lathans in the blue. He is going to be. Let's see here. How do you want to orient this?
I have red on the left. Kama
Okay,
always on the
cool.
left, and Lathans always on the right.
Gotcha. Lathan's on the right in blue. Karma on the red on the left in red.
And we're coming in with some what Redvedka. Some Redvedka Saperi, the new Redvedka up version. And yeah, it's surprising that we didn't see any forward deployment division on this map, because forward deployment on this map can still be pretty powerful as well.
Yes.
So, and I mean, we had 35th banned, but 82nd was still open. I know Lathans likes the 82nd a lot lately, but he decided for 5th, which, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good tank division map as well. It has, obviously, as you can see, little cover in the center. Has long open ranges, so those tanks have a good field of view to shoot their big guns onto enemy targets. Whilst, I guess the first big fight will be Alpha, which is to be expected. Lathan's a bit slower on the deployment. So far, only one out, and yet there come the Fliegerfausts. Those will be essential. Fliegerfausts look garbage on paper, but they're actually pretty damn cost efficient, and you get a shit ton of them. You get 16 per
Yep.
card on one vet.
They're
It's
good
like,
in groups of like 2 to 4.
yeah. And the only annoying part is that the transport still costs 20 points, so the upfront cost is a bit high, but especially once that transport is sold back, they are so efficient. Like, I mean, you can get so many for, like, you get 5 of them compared to Estrella and stuff like this. Like, the Osa, 120 points, you get 8 of them for the price of an Osa. So, yeah, one of them not
Speaking of
so efficient,
OSAs,
but can 8 of them compete with an Osa? I think so. I bloody think so. So, as I said, the only issue is that you also pay 20 points for each of them for the transports at the beginning. And we have a couple of SPG coming in for Karma here as well. Though they're actually going for the center. No sneaky cheese on the side for now with those. They're actually going for the center. Pusa and Motostraki coming around as well. Up on the north. Original Podovitsky, Motostraki Medis, Saperis, BMP 3s. BMP 3, great vehicle, 5 frontal armor, long range ATGM with the Bastion, and the 100mm cannon, also high range, can support infantry fights from a long range away as well. And if you get closer, and you get the 30mm online as well, then this thing absolutely shreds. Like, one of my favorite vehicles in the game.
Interesting decision from Karma here, though, and I was having a heated debate with some other members of the Discord within the last 24 hours about taking BMP 2s in 39th. Some people argue that this is a more cost efficient way to get, a good IFV, good auto cannon out on the table. And while I don't disagree, I mean, my argument was, why would you take that if you have the BMP 3? It seems like Karma kind of agrees with them a little bit here. He's pulling out BMP 2s and BMP 3s here at the start.
Yeah. I also think that's can be worth. I'm more surprised by the MTLB for the Motostruck Like,
Yes.
that either bring them in the fast transport or bring them in the BMP1, no? Like, the
I don't
MTLB for
believe that 39th has them available in the fast transport, do they? I thought that they're only available in the MTLB or the BMP1, and the BMP1 is typically not favored for the additional 15 points above the MTLB. So
I mean, the
I could be
MTLB
wrong on that.
does bring little to the table, though. I mean, it doesn't have even a 50. Like, if it would have a 12mm MG
Yeah.
on the slow transport, it has one armor. It has a 7.6mm gun. Like, it's an absolutely terrible vehicle. Like, I'd rather have a BMP1. I don't know.
It's almost fodder. Yeah, I wish I could sell it. But Karma is getting the Rizvetka Superior, trying to get a satchel unit quickly into the town area.
Yeah.
I believe
Me
both
8,
of them are well
MTA.
aware of the fact that that town area is quite important at the start.
Mi 8 MTA with its excellent optics, also great. Though, I mean, there is so much AA coming its way that Mi 8 MTA will have a tough time looking out for enemy units, but not being under fire. As in the north, we have a Gepard and a Roland, and in the south, we have those Fliegerfausts coming in from the get-go. And then we have a good bunch of Martyrs here rolling up. Good bunch of Martyr 1A3s together with a good bunch of Leo 1A1s. This is what I call the ski build. This is the build that basically was invented by Ski back like 4 or 5 months ago. You grab 4 Leos, you grab 4 Martyrs, and then you put 2 Gepards or 1 Gepard behind it. 1 Gepard and 1 Roland, and you call it a day. You just roll them forward.
The Skivo.
With either some Aufklärers or some Luxus. Like, Ski ramped those things down your throat. He really rushed. I don't think that's quite Lathan's version here, but they're still a really good striking force. Like, 4 Leos, 4 Martyrs still are a good strike package, so this is going to be interesting how much they can do to that town fight, as both for sure are focused in here, and we are off for the start. So let's bring it in, chat. Who are you cheering for? Is it Lathans on the right in blue, bringing in the 5th Panzer, or are you a Karma fanboy? Both of these players for sure bring a lot to the table. Both of them have shown in the past that they are great players, but only one of them can get out of here today and can make it to the finals. So who will it be? First SU25?
Yep, SU25 out there. Strange to call Lathans the underdog here in this matchup, but we'll have to see how he does. I mean, there's only really one person I think he'd be underdog to, and that is somebody of Karma's caliber.
SU25 already lingering around. Just trying to get some snipes off. I wonder what the target for it be. Like, what Karma's idea is here. What do you want to snipe? Do you want to snipe the
first thing he sees?
Do you want to snipe the enemy recon? Make them blind? Like, is it really just going for anything? SU25 here most likely seems to go for the Aufklärers. Yeah, Aufklärers most likely dead here. Trying to disengage away from the Ilpus. So at least at least you get 20 points back. But Milan goes down as well. Roland 3 and Gepard trying to open fire, but Roland does miss. And Roland does miss a second time, and that's for sure a safe return for the SU25. And that's already a painful start here. As one of the Milan 2s at least survives, but Alpha Jets coming in here. But those not gonna chase down that plane. 2 OSAs.
SU27 in for Karma now to chase down those Alpha Jets. 1 missile going out.
Yeah, they got the Mi-8 at least.
ECM.
But they're not gonna hit much, and the SU-27 gets the double kill. He still has 4 missiles remaining. That's really the strength of the SU-27 here.
That is not a great start here for Lathans. That SU-25 used all of its gun and rocket pod ammo, got away without a single point of damage, and it's going to be back on the field, ready to go in just a few seconds here. I mean, give it another minute or two. I would expect it to be out again soon for Karma.
Yeah. Ulsa's behind the line. Lathans coming up with the Martyrs and the Leopards. Leo's moving around. Aufklärer sitting around in the south. Leo 1A1 sitting in the forest. Martyr 1A3 behind it. BMP3 coming in here. Nice. It's going to chill there. Up in the north, more BMP3s and BMP2s coming in, but Karma now has the ground. Stopped Lathans from getting into the town. Lathans AA network is set up behind it, but had to come in first. And the SU-25 for sure did its damage. MTLB under fire. Hey, that got
Another
sniped.
SU-25
But
now.
yeah, SU-25 cluster. And that might be out for the AA. Like, ooh, got hit once. Does
That's a bit of
not get the
damage.
second hit. It would have been going down if it would have been hit the second time. So, lucky there for Karma. Meanwhile, in the south, we have an engagement. BMP3 moving forward. Martyr and Leo 1A3, 1A1 on the other side, not engaging the BMP3 just yet. Now trying to move forward though.
That
BMP3
cluster jet leaving
under
with
fire.
4 HP
Does
now.
miss against the Leo 1A1. Has to smoke off. Will try to get the hell out. And Motos Resurrector under fire as well. Ooh. But now, the SPG-9s. That's scary.
Yeah, Karma being very aggressive here in the south. Without very many units either. Calling out another SU-25 cluster now. Different jet.
Yes, and 2 Flieger Fausts might deal some damage there, but they for sure won't kill that thing. So, Lathans has to worry about the south quite a bit already. SU-25 coming along. Flieger Fausts get a hit in, but only deal 2 damage per hit there against the 2 frontal armor. So, it takes a while to get that whittled down, and this is looking pretty rough here for Lathans in the south. Motostrelki under fire. SPG's coming around.
Yeah, this is not ideal for him, but he does bring out the first heavy tank that we've seen here in this game with a Leopard 2A3 and Leopard 1A5 as well being brought out to the south. I don't know that the south is rescuable for him now at this point with one Leopard 1A5. He's going to have to heavily invest there as Karma has cleaned him up, like I said, without very many units at all.
Ooh, SU-25 got hit once more time, but still might get through with its clusters. Still seems to get through with its clusters. Gepard not on target, but cluster get dodged. SU-25 is down. So
Great dodge.
first airplane down. That's a good kill there for Lathans. Another Roland 3 coming up, and if you get two or three Roland 3s and a Gepard, you are pretty safe against a lot of air stuff. Roland still have the issue of slow reload, which is kind of annoying. And the BMP3 there is in a place where it could snipe them potentially. So you've got to be careful. 2
shots every 20 seconds with the Rolands.
Yeah. The SPG-9s.
And that's not including aim time.
SPG-9s moving forward. And the SPG-9 is actually pretty scary for the Leo 1A5. As the Leo 1A5 has such small armor that even the 14 penetration of the SPG-9 is a hell of a lot, even when facing frontal armor. So...
Goodness. Tanks getting taken out left and right up in the north.
Yeah, a
3
lot of
Leopard 1A1s up now.
A lot of stuff coming up there. The 3 Leo 1A1s. The Martyrs there went all down. But the Leos also did fire a lot of shots into a town. Aufklärer is trying to help out. Gepard.
Another SP-25.
Ooh. Moving forward.
The same one from earlier.
Yeah, and it gets the kill on everything.
Yeah.
Next Roland comes up. Comes up a bit late though. Next Gepard fire.
And weaving.
And yeah, it leaves a 1 hit point. Oh, that's bloody awful. And
SPG's hiking over the hill in the south. Now BMP3 gets sniped by the Leopard 1. They are trying to set up a bit of an ambush here against any incoming deployment from Lathans, which we are also seeing.
Yeah, more Leo 1A5s coming in, but the SPG-9 is just so scary. The Alouette could maybe find them, and then you maybe could hunt them down with Apache, but you first have to make sure that the Apache not instantly gets sniped by an SU-25 rolling around. And there's also the Biusa coming up, which also obviously is on hunting mode for helicopters. In the north, BMP3 still alive, down to 1 hit
man.
point, but
Another SC-25 coming in. Karma is just calling out all of these. He hasn't brought forward many ground units, so I think he's gambling on trading well on the ground and then using that to, buy points or spend his points in the air, where he doesn't really have to worry about buying ground units. As like I said, he's winning trades.
yeah, and you really
SVG.
don't have a great air counter to these SU-25s, so you really have to get an AA network up that can kill them before they arrive. And that SU-25 once more gets its clusters dropped, and that Roland most likely
Roland
is a dead one.
moving.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And that trade, cost efficient wise, not great for Karma, but if you whittle down all the Roland 3s, the A network is just going to be so bad on the other side. And the next
Another
SU-25
SU-25.
already is coming in. Roland down to 2 missiles, 2 more
Goodness.
Gepards coming up, but the SU-25 is on the hunt again. Karma also on a +5 now, as Lathans doesn't have a single zone captured yet. But Karma has the 2 southern zones captured here. And this is not looking hot. The Leo 181s in the north.
SU-25s, they're gonna be running all over the place in this game. You were right.
Yeah, Little Sphere coming up. Yeah, you kind of can't counter them. Like, your fighters, maybe the Starfighter can be somewhat helpful. But that thing always runs into the enemy AA. And obviously with an SU-27 around, that's also gonna kill those pretty quickly, because you're never gonna turn before the enemy has their AA or their fighter on you. So you really gotta be careful with when to bring them in. SU-27 now coming around to bait out the enemy Roland. You don't want to be too trigger happy here as Lathans, as another Roland 3 comes up, and that's absolutely key here.
Yeah, he's gonna have to make a few tough choices here. The first of which is,
Ooh, yeah, he gets the hit in there, but doesn't get the hit onto the SU-25. 3 Gepards firing, will get the kill, but the Gepard is down again. Roland though does survive. Roland does survive.
You take it down, but you lose an AA piece. At least one, guaranteed. Well, as I was saying, the first tough choice he's gonna have to make is which of these zones does he go for? He's already out of, the ideal space in Alpha. Karma has occupied that real estate, and he's been pushed out of Delta as well, but not by much.
Yeah, the Delta force by now is really low. Like, Karma used a lot of annoying units here, but they don't have the staying power. Like, the SVG-9s are down. The SU-25s are also now pretty low in numbers. Like, they're still the rockets ones, but the cluster ones have been decimated. So,
and not a single supply truck in the south either for Karma. He has not healed up any of his infantry squads that are holding down this choke point here in Delta. So Lathans could easily overwhelm this area. I don't think he even knows how little Karma actually has there right now.
Ooh, the Gepard has to smoke off there, has to get the hell out of there. In the north, Leo 283 trying to come around. Milan 2 trying to get the MTLB snap. Not quite getting it. But the Sicherungs and Panzer Grenadiers are moving forward. A good amount of Marder 183s and Leo 185s behind this whole setup as well.
We are seeing another SU-25 cluster out now. So I wonder if he traded out his cards of AT variant for the cluster variant.
I'm pretty optimistic he did. Like, I don't think he has even more stuff in this. But the Rolands come in though and get the kill, but the cluster bombs still drop. Still will get the martyrs. Or at least one of them. No, both martyrs go down, but that's not cost efficient. Like, those
MiG-23.
Those things cost more than that. And the Fliegerfausts come around in big numbers as well now. Like, there's 3 Fliegerfausts in one single building in the south. Together with the Roland 3.
4 health of damage. Yep. Ouch. Only dropped 2 of his bombs though. Did you see that?
No, I didn't follow that.
He only dropped 2 of the bombs from the MiG-23. That was a bit interesting. Wonder if that was intentional.
Leo 181 in the north. Ooh, got heavily hit by the BMP-3's ATGM. Has to get the hell out of there. Doesn't want to stay in that fight for too long. Gets the penetration. Ooh, doesn't get hit back. Actually might win that fight now, as the BMP-3 is relatively low. But
Otelini Podorski squad getting RPGs off as well, trying to just run straight into the martyr.
yeah, and the T80BV is on the battlefield now as well. So Leo 283 is at least still alive. That thing never got killed. And the southern push of Lathans seems like it has potential. Issue is Leo 185s and Leo 181s are pretty terrible on the push because any kind of ATGM is just so deadly to them. Like for example,
Yep.
that one Conquerors in that building there is ripping them apart pretty quickly if you're not careful. And the Saperi Apio, Otleni Podoricki in the south also a strong combo there. Leo 185 down here, gets sniped by it. Conquerors coming in with the nice hit. Me 8, MTA under fire by all the Fliegerfausts. Fliegerfausts trying to get the kill there. Ah,
Karma up on another +2 here, but that'll go to +4 once he fully caps Alpha. The CVs just roll into the zone.
yeah, and the northern section doesn't look great. The Leo 283s and the Milans all not in the greatest of position. Panzer Grenadiers and Mari 183 setting up, but Kama is in a strong position right now with the +4 on the tick. Lathans down to 87 points. More Sicherungs and Panzer Grenadiers coming around. A Leo 283 for the south as well. Leo 185 tried to get rid of the Saperis. As the Otleni Podovicki is a bit sleeping there. So at least that might be possible. No CQC infantry on Lathan's side, only Panzer Grenadiers and Martyrs, which makes those Saperi APOs really scary in this matchup. And
So if you're Lathans here, how long are you sticking around in this matchup? How long are you letting this game get into your head and tilt you before you say, ah, that's enough, let's go on to game 2?
I would say I would stick around to see as many. I would not play with the win objective maybe at this stage now. I would just play with the I want to murder your sky stuff objective also. Like, make yourself something, or like try to figure out something. Like try to plan something for the next game already. Still with the I'm playing as best as I can on the other end, but I don't think it's tap out time yet. It's not a super one-sided tilted thing.
I agree. I think until it's, 1,200-1,500 points, I think it's still winnable as long as you're not in that range of point difference.
I mean, we still have 25 minutes remaining. I don't think this is just the time where you tap out yet. And I mean, he still has a Leo 2A3. He killed off a good amount of Su-25 clusters. But getting that push in against BMP3s and T80BVs obviously is rough. Aufklär is struggling to move forward. Leo 2A3s will get the BMP3 here most likely. Yeah, will get the snipe there. Takes a bit of damage from the Conquerors, but only 1 damage per hit there.
T62 side shot. Oh no. With the ATGM on the Leopard 2A3.
Oh yeah, that's painful. The Leopard has to get the hell out of there. T80BV is in a sneaky position there as well. There's a good amount of Unimogs to repair it in the rear. I'm surprised we didn't see any artillery yet from Lathans now. Like
I agree.
Though the +4, I mean, is a bit of a timer, but
2 ATGMs just barely missed the 2A3.
But I kind of feel like you need the 203mm at this stage too, because you're running into a big town and running into an entrenched person with a lot of buildings. Like the easiest part of ripping that apart is either bombers, which you can't really use because the enemy has Su-27s and you can't protect your bombers against those, or using big boy artillery, which the enemy doesn't have. So the big boy artillery
T62
here, I guess,
getting a nice ATGM on a Gepard in the back line. That Leopard 2A3 that went back to heal up is a bit less protected now.
It still is trying to get shots. The M410 rifles trying to come around. T80BV in the south fighting against the Leo 2A3. Kama letting that happen for now. Leo 2A3 is in gun range. Ooh, that T80BV is not looking hot right now. Is smoking up in time though. Kama always good in keeping his units alive. The Leo 181s on the other side not doing so well. And the MiG-23 coming in with a lot of bombs gets the Leo 2A3. Pays for it with its life as well. But the Roland's coming in a bit too late. No Gepards around anymore. The Gepards all down now. And the Fliegerfausts in the south also went a bit too far forward. So yeah, this is starting to look really grim now.
Yeah, this is gonna snowball quickly. Su-25 coming in as well for Karma. He's got 3 T80BVs on the battlefield. Well, two and a third is one of them is backing up in the south to a supply truck with about 3 HP left. The other
Yeah,
two are in the north.
Pioneers trying to fight the BMP3s, not really doing that though. S25 is around. Yeah, this is going to be it. M48-1 in the north. Not gonna hold out too much either. And yeah, that's why the fifth leg of air is pretty rough if you play SU-25 against SU-25s. Like,
I agree.
you
There's
kind of
nothing
need
that you can
fighters.
rely on to take them down. I mean, no good long-range missile options that aren't, ground-based. Oh, another Leopard 2A3 getting taken out by the MiG-23 HE bomber, and that's just brutal from Karma there.
The Armada 183 is trying to run around on the north. Sicherungs and Panzergrenadiers moving up. Fench Bear sitting around there
Yep,
as well. And yeah, here we go.
there you go.
Kama up 1-0. 2-1 KD. That's a pretty rough
Man,
start here for Lathans in game number 1. SU-25s doing a hell of a lot of the work there. Killing off a good amount of units at the beginning. And this will be pretty annoying for Lathans to recover from. The Alpha Jets of his that tried to do some damage at the beginning got immediately snapped by the SU-27. I'm ready with the investment there. They didn't do much damage. They got a Mi-8, but as you look at the first 2 minutes of damage done already, the game already was tipped heavily in the favor of Karma with the snipes there. And
yeah, and if you just look at the opening kills that the SU-25 rocket had, I mean, killing those two recon units and denying Lathan's his eyes essentially at the start of the game. That's tough to come back from right there.
yeah, in general, also a pretty tough map to come back on. And yeah,
Yeah.
not having a good fighter or anything like that against SU-25 is pretty rough. The SU-27 did well, yeah. Did its job. This is best of 5, yes. Fantastic. So, yeah.
Yes. So we go on to game 2 next. Wonder what map we will see. As I believe it is up to
It's
Karma
up to
to
Karma
choose.
now, yeah. So,
Yes.